Right, hi everyone. Just hear the dog actually coming up, so I think she wants to go out, so I'll have to keep it, as short as I can. But I just had through the post, which I'm really pleased with, and I've just had a quick look, and the whole book looks amazing, and it's the ultimate campaign for Pathfinder, and I tell you what, I'm I'm really pleased with it. It goes through so much stuff. I haven't read any of this yet, so I'm just going from appearances, but they've got a full-on character creation for the background, and actually all that stuff, it covers about 70 odd pages. Major childhood events, initiation rites, religion and ritual, class events, first love, adulthood. It goes into the conflict behaviour, vulnerability. Two quirks on the floor, quick and dirty characters, establishment. Okay, yeah, I don't want to go into that. But then it goes into the, background generator, and which I'm just really pleased with this. This is from a D100 roll. So if you're a dwarf, 1 to 40, hills or mountains, you gain the Gold Sniffer race trait and the Highlander regional trait. If you roll that, I can't go into this because this really does look amazing, and this really is going to add a lot to the Pathfinder games that I'm going to end up playing and running. Underground, you gain access to the Surface Stranger regional trait and the Tunnel Fighter regional trait. That's 41 to 80. Non-Dwarven Town or Village, you gain access to the Brewmaster race trait and the Military Veteran regional trait. Non-Dwarven City or Metropolis, you gain access to Brewmaster race trait and the Vagabond Child regional race trait. And then it goes to 96 to 100 unusual homeland rule on table 1 stroke 24. Then it goes to your dwarf parents, which is a D100 rule again. Both your parents are alive, 01 to 60, and your father is alive, 61 to 73, 74 to 86. Only your mother is alive, 87 to 100, both are dead. You gain the access to orphan social traits. And then it goes 1D, and it goes to your siblings. 01 to 80, 1d4 siblings. With 2 or more siblings, you gain access to the kin guardian combat trait. And then it goes up from there, but 96 100 would be no siblings. Other than that, it'd be rolling and like 1d4, 89, 81 to 90, 1d4 plus 1 biological siblings. You gain access to the King Guardian combat trait, and it does this for all the major races known, half elf, half orc, halfling, humans, pretty much all the races. Then it goes to unusual homeland. That's the 1 stroke 24, and 96 or 100 is another plane of existence. So it goes from subterranean, mountain, plains, town or village, city or metropolis, forest, river, swamp or wetlands, desert, sea, tundra, another plane of existence. Circumstances of birth, and this is good. Well, I'm only on page 20, and already they've packed in a lot within such few pages. And I'll sort you out in a bit, darling. it goes on another table, which lower class birth 0 1 to 40, middle class, and then noble birth. It goes adopted outside of your race, adopted, bastard born, blessed birth, born in violence, born at a time, born into bondage, cursed birth, dishonoured family, heart to legacy. And then it goes left to die, marked by the gods, energy infused, pregnancy of power, prophesies, reincarnated. You have been reborn in many cycles, maybe reborn many times, or many more, until you accomplish the ultimate task which you are destined. You gain access to reincarnation faith trait, the arisen story feat, and the forgotten past story feat. It goes even to your parents' profession as well. This is just one amazing product, and I mean, I'm only, first 20 odd pages and I'm already thinking, yeah, whoever is really loves Pathfinder would say buy this now. I mean, it goes to nobility as well, and there's tables for that. Major childhood events, which can go from academy training, betrayal, bullied, competition champion, death in the family, died, fall of a major power, fell in with a bad crowd, first kill, troubled first love, imprisoned, inheritance, kidnapped, magical gift, major disaster, mentorship, patronage, met a fantastic creature, ordinary childhood, raiders, the war. And it even does this same sort of format off of a chart, and didn't realise I was on an angle then. Oh well. Alchemist backgrounds, it's got barbarian, bard backgrounds, cleric backgrounds, cavalier. I mean, it's all beautifully done throughout, and this is just chapter 1, the Inquisitor background as well, gunslinger backgrounds, magus, monks, paladins, oracles, rangers, summoners, sorcerers, the lot. I'll just go forward a bit. Then it goes into step 3, moral conflicts, relationships, and drawbacks. And it's this is what I love also, the that to do with the alignment. It's got it from 1 to 9, and that looks pretty awesome. And there's a D20 result for conflicts, from minor failure, you failed a friend, family member or loved one who depended on you to fulfill important tasks, to 8, you tempted or manipulated someone to act in accordance with your whim, carelessness, whether it was in their own best interests. 20 is mass murder, you killed several sentient beings. It's got the CP points there, which I don't know what that is. Yeah, conflict points, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm just majorly impressed. I'm literally looking at this for the pretty much for the first time. I mean, I had a quick glimpse through, and I've pretty much straight on to making this video, and it is going to be a long one, but please bear with me. It's bloody worth it. It's got motivation as well, justice, love, and all that. We've got resolution. Once you determine nature and CP for the event, let's determine the resolution. Instead of ruling for conflict, you choose how you deal with it. You choose, your choice can affect the number CP the conflict is worth. In games that do not allow you, the character cannot take a resolution that will adjust your character to an evil alignment. Interesting. It's just really awesome art. I always show the awesome art. Romantic relationships, and even got a chart for this. Relationships with fellow adventurers, character drawbacks. I'll just read one of them. Attachment person. You're attached to a particular person, friend, family member, or loved one who means more than anything or anyone in the world. Your thoughts always return to this person. You gain access to the attached drawback. Wow. I mean, and there was a lot of tables, but I mean, the way they've done it, the way they've put it together is just pretty awesome. I think the editing is pretty much second to none anyway. But yeah, that's nice. Another nice. You got the traits as well. It's just absolutely amazing stuff. And the traits, there's a lot of traits, including hidden hand, hunter's knack, inedible ear, just like new, never stop shooting, which I'll read some of that out. Even when the chips are down, you keep on shooting. If your hit points total drops to 0 or lower, but you're not dead, you may act as if disabled rather than dying, as if you possess the die-hard feat. However, you can use your actions only to fire, draw a firearm, reload a firearm, or attack with a firearm. If you have the die-hard feat, this trait also allows you to substitute wisdom score for your constitution score for a purpose to determine the negative hit points total at which you die. So yeah, and then it got faith traits as well. I mean, who's doing the art for this stuff? I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just so much in this book. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface with it. Race traits, obviously, as I read out earlier, the Brewmaster and Gold Sniffer things. Traits. Got the drawbacks. Story feats as well. Which is some of them: a cursed story, arisen, battlefield healer, champion, damned. There's prerequisites as well. Like for the damned one, you must have had a friendly contact with an evil aligned outsider that would qualify as a challenging foe. Have a friend related sorceress bloodline such as abysmal or infernal. Have direct fiendish entries such as being tiefling, halfling, or the fiend raised as the friend fiend background. Yeah, and this is all the story stuff, and yeah, it's just, honestly, I think they've really outdone themselves with this book. And there's the mythical book that I also would like to get as well, but this one, and I actually got this for 20 quid, so that was including the postage and packaging, so I'm really happy with this. And then it just goes to downtime, and this, well, I'm just into 76 pages. Got capital values in here. There, probably can't read that properly. Downtown there's kingdom building as well, which is just, well, I mean, this is just amazing. And there's spending limits on there. Yeah, it's just, I haven't read the rules, but just given what I'm reading so far, I mean, this is pretty much second to none book, and one of the best books I've seen them do. You can construct buildings as well with this. You can, you know, start running a business using these rules, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. And managers as well, so they got all the info for the certain managers, from headmaster, innkeeper, accountant, captain, lieutenant, underboss, warden, partner. Then it goes into the rooms, constructing examples, in and thieves guild. and yeah, it just explains to you how to, you know, to do this sort of thing. And there's room types. That's there. You can see, you know, halfling with loads of beer. Yeah, I could do with one, but can't do that at least till Friday. But yeah, alchemy labs, altar, animal pen, armory, artisan workshops, battle ring, auditorium. It goes on and on really. Brewery, bunks, book repository. It's got a fair few games room, garden, false front. Absolutely amazing stuff. It really is. And oh yeah, that's nice as well. Pages and pages worth of these are just rooms that I've even just, you know, use this really, you know, to help, you know, with even, you know, your building adventures and creating the dungeon crawls, or even, you know, overground adventures. Using all this, it just helps such a great deal and makes the GM's job much easier with all the things they put in this book. And they're not even halfway, and honestly, you've got guide hall maps and stuff, full colour, beautiful work there. It's just, well, it's even going on, you know, on and on with the amount, honestly. Oh, that's actually nice. It's got actually a basic, you know, the taverns in here as well. Downtimes events, generic building events. It goes on with that, and alchemist events for downtime. You just roll a d100. Bardic college events, Caster's Tower defense events, and wow, I do like these throughout. And yeah, all the events for different buildings and stuff. It makes things easier. I'm just really glad they've done this. They've, you know, put a lot of effort and love into all this, and it's just awesome. It really is. Smithy as well. I mean, to have all those maps handy. Temple, and there's the Thieves Guild. Map for a Thieves Guild already there. It's ever so handy. And they got the odd sheet. That's the downtime tracking sheet. The only thing that I didn't find, I felt they could have actually re-included all those sheets at the back as well. You probably download them anyway, but have them right at the back, repeat them at the back would have been easier, to be honest, rather than scatter throughout the book. But that's only the minor quibble that I've got, really. It's got all the information there for, you know, the you know, building and the labour costs and everything else. It goes into chapter 3, which is the, you know, and it covers alignment. And the changing alignment, like I've seen earlier. Bargaining rules. I really am only scratching the surface. I mean, I'd love someone to see a more in-depth review than I'm giving, but I'm just giving it as I see it at the moment. Goes into companion, advancing companions as well. Plot hooks, companion plot hooks. Well, reviving a dead companion, contacts, and it goes into the trust and risks and everything else like that. Hopefully, I'll. Wow, it's. I haven't done an actual RPG review or anything in a while because I've been so preoccupied with so many things, but to have such an exciting project like this that has come barely a half hour ago, I mean, I had to do one straight away, and yeah, it's just impressing me more and more and more. They got the exploration rules in here, random encounters, which is yeah, makes things easier actually. 1 to 50 no encounter, 51 to 60 hazard, 61 to 100 monster. Planned encounters, it goes into, you know, literally creating random map generation as well, all in one book. Honor points and spending honor, I mean, good God. Chivalric code, criminal code, political code, samurai code, tribal code, and then it goes into investments, and it looks like I'm going to do a 30-minute video, which is I don't do many a day, but yeah, it's worth me just carrying on till I get to the end of this investment stuff, and you know, the rewards and risks and all that, all in this book, this amazing book. You go into lineages, goes into, you know, the more information to do with, you know, family members, death in the family, when a gym kills your PC, family, yeah, courage, yeah, okay, yeah, don't wanna. There's still a lot to get through. Magic item creation, it goes into that in some detail. Can I just say bye because it's definitely a something that you should get, really. If you're going to play Pathfinder, I'd say yeah, this is one of your first books beyond the core books you really should get, because it's so amazing. Relationships and the, you know, loads of information on there. God blimey, that's really nice. There's some just awesome art. Then it goes into reputation and fame in some detail. I'm actually getting through it now. Spheres of influence modifiers. It goes into negative fame reactions as well. It even goes into a retirement, you know, when you end up old, grouchy in a medieval version of a Zimmer frame. Yeah, it's just, well, and yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just yeah, even having the retirement rules, retraining as well. Try to, you know, show as much of the book as I can. Retraining synergies as well, which it gives you all there. It just covers so much. Taxes. It goes into taxation. Young characters, random starting ages for young characters. So you can literally, possibly start do an adventure to Pathfinder which covers your childhood, which is just amazing on its own. And Kingdoms and War as well, some more brilliant artwork I have to show you. I mean, this is kingdom building. It gets to kingdom building towards the end of this book, and well, it's just, it goes, you know, got your grand diplomats, the magisters, high priests, rule enforcers, yeah, all that. You've got your build points to build your basing on your kingdom size. I'm finding this just really awesome. I got an upkeep phase to do with it, but it just makes things much easier. It's not complicated. It just really makes things a lot easier, not just for me but for the players as well. I mean, the players can use this book, and it just, you know, for me, it just makes things, you know, a breeze with a lot of stuff, you know, you end up scratching your head with, and, you know, as you get to put a lot more effort than really would be needed if you had this book. It's just much easier. Goes into hexes as well. Terrain improvements, do with your kingdom, which accounts, you know, aqueduct, farms, canals, mines, settlement size, base values. The metropolis is more than 25,000, and I'm doing it again, sorry. And for a fort, it's fewer than 21 people. This is just, well, absolutely just incredible book. I mean, it goes into, obviously it goes into the events for your kingdom as well. Dangerous settlement events, beneficial settlement events, beneficial kingdom events, and dangerous kingdom events. So it could be from bandit activity, food shortage, improvement demand, some sort of inquisition, and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just me being able to keep. And then they got all this. You know, you've hopefully you know you can download this from their site or something. I hope so anyway. But even just photocopying that and just cutting these out, I personally would have made they just a little bit bigger. But yeah, there's a that. So you have a direct grid, so you can pull it on all on there. But then you've got your kingdom sheet, which, as I say, I would have liked to have they repeated those sheets at the back as well. That would have been really helpful. Declaring independence, forms of government. Getting thirsty. Mass combat system as well. Recovery route, victory route. Yeah, it just, well, absolutely. Special abilities, resource scaling and stuff. Wow. It got all the, you know, armies there, and the, you know, costs and that in XP. Your general sheet, if your general, so the mass combat, and yeah, and that's it. I'm sorry if it wasn't a lot in the book, but you know, yeah, it's a hell of a lot, to be honest. Yeah, it's just jam-packed. It is absolutely one of the most impressive books I've seen from Paizo in a long time. It is an incredible book from the looks of things. I haven't even read it yet, but just going through it with you, pretty much a lot of it I was seeing for the first time. It really is impressive and an amazing book, and it's definitely worth every penny you pay for this. So that's a review of the Ultimate Campaign book, and yeah, definitely buy this gem of a book because it's awesome. That's it, till next time.